Hey guys, Scott with No Budget Homestead, and today I'm gonna do a video a little differently. I'm gonna go ahead and narrate you through, kind of show you some of the bits of me doing the flooring at the new homestead. The reason why I'm kind of doing it this way is because I didn't realize the radio was playing, and I don't want to get in any trouble with YouTube and copyright infringement and all this stuff with the music playing in the background. So I'll go ahead and narrate it through and everything. You guys tell me what you think. And those of you out there who haven't subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget the little bell. That gives you a notification when we have another video coming out. And so I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's something a little different. And, well, let's get to it. Hey guys, I hope everything goes well with this recording and everything. But here I am on the floor. I'm using a pillow. I had bought some knee pads when I got the flooring, and well, it turned out that the knee pads would really constrict the back of my legs quite a bit and made them quite sore, so I figured I'd use a pillow, and it worked much better. Here I am trying to get a piece into the flooring. I slide the notches together and then push it down into the gap. Sometimes you gotta use brute force, and like here, I just kind of noticed at the other end of it, it seemed like it popped up a bit, but it didn't, so it laid flat, so that's how I knew it was fine. I got the little plastic block there that helps me tap it nice and solid into the groove. So it's a nice little tongue and groove, kind of clicks in and everything real nice. So, my aunt's, she's off camera. She's really camera shy, but she's been a big help in me trying to get this done. So, but then I had to tap the flooring back down to make sure that it was good and solid, good seating between the two, between all the boards in general and everything. So, but yeah, this wood looks pretty nice. I was very happy with it. So I can't complain really. And those grooves that I'm trying to slide it in on, it looks fairly easy, but there's a couple of them where I popped the edges of the groove off and I had to redo it. So, but my aunt's always asking me questions about the videos that I shoot. Not that she wants to be on any of it, but she walks in front of the camera, she's fair game. So yeah, I've learned that the flooring process of laying this laminate isn't necessarily hard to do. It's quite a bit of work though, because there's a lot of measuring and some cutting and recutting sometimes if you don't measure properly. And see how I'm tapping on the block there? You got to be careful, because I've learned that if the block slips, it can peel up some of the laminate on top, and that's part of the grooves on the top and everything. Can create kind of like a chipping on the edges, and I don't want that. I did have a couple of spots that did have some chips in it, but it's just hardly noticeable, especially with this pattern, which is another reason why I like this pattern. So, and now that I've gotten to the end, I'm going to need to measure it, but here my aunt, she's measuring to make sure that the floor hasn't shifted as we're tapping. We're using those little spacers. If you see the little black dots that's along the edge of the walls, that's what we're using to keep the floor in place so it doesn't move too much, and to keep a 1/4-inch gap between the wall and the floor. And right now we're just trying to measure to make sure that the floor hasn't shifted too much, because we want to make sure that all edges of the floor are the same measurement from the wall. So, but yeah, this has got to be a real challenge in trying to do this in the hallway. Now here I got to measure from the spacer on the wall to the edge of that last board there, figure out what type of board to cut. So, in this case, I think it was about 17.5 inches. So, But if you notice the blue there, the blue is a product called Quiet Walk, and it's about 5 millimeters thick of recycled material, and the blue is a vapor barrier between the floor and the laminate. There I am walking out the hallway. Hope you guys don't get busy with this. Out on the porch where we set up the chop saw or miter saw or whatever you wish to call it. It was a blessing to have that. It made things go a lot more smoother. And I measured multiple times and everything, but then I noticed, well, if I leave the camera there, it's going to shake and act all crazy. So I moved it so it wouldn't shake and get all wonky on me. You know, and here, I measure, and on the grain of wood that I got, I love it, but pencil marks don't show very well on these, and I've messed up quite a few boards after I cut them and everything, and they're real slick. So that square I'm using, as I'm trying to set the board in place, the square moved. So then I have to go back and remeasure. So it's funny how many times I've had to remeasure the same board over and over. But like they say, measure twice, cut once. In this case, sometimes I measured 3-4 times in a row. And then after I cut it, I realized, no, I put the wrong marking. But in this case, I got the right one here. So and then I just kind of line the blade up with my line, make sure I'm going to get a good one. I always have to make sure my hands are free of the blade, because that kind of got me a little paranoid about doing that. So, but yeah, and all the pieces that I don't think I need at the time I put aside in case I need them for another part of the flooring. Wiping the sawdust off. Grab the camera. Here we go. Hello. There's my belly. And walking back through the hall. And here we are back. And that piece I just cut, I'm trying to fit into the side here. You know, I really wish I realized the music was playing, so you guys could hear some of the things that I was doing and saying about it. But notice how I slide it in there? I had to make sure it was in just good. I push it down towards the groove. And then I gotta lift up the board I already got in there and that board together, because if I do it too much apart from the board that isn't secure yet, I can rip the little groove on the other board and it won't go in well. See how it didn't sit down properly? That's where that little plastic block comes in handy. And I just tap it a little bit here and there with the hammer as needed. And then here I have to make sure that the board is seated correctly against the other board. And sometimes it just takes a little tap. So, make sure I don't feel the groove. Yeah, thumbs up. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Now on to the next thing that we're going to do. Here I'm going to show you me trying to set a bunch of boards in place. And I hope this isn't boring the heck out of you guys. But there's my pillow. That was actually from one of the couches that I showed in some of the other videos. That pillow worked a lot better on my knees than these, what I consider expensive knee pads. I bought the best ones I could find at this flooring place, which was Lumber Liquidators. I'm not necessarily endorsing them or anything, but the guys at our shop down in Montgomery, they were fantastic. The flooring I originally picked out was kind of a different look. It was still kind of a wood look, but it was a little bit different. However, it was kind of yellowish when I got into the Lumber Liquidators with the flooring place, and I just did not like it. Excuse me. And it was just, I don't know. Then I started looking around at other, and I saw this one here, and believe it or not, this one was only 89 cents a square foot. I think they call it Heritage Walnut, and it's just beautiful. And my aunt and
stepmother and father always thought, it kind of gives it a country feel, which of course is what I was going for. I like being out in the country, and I want to have a country feel. So, but as you can see, I keep going back and forth to tap and re-tap and all that, because as I put another board in, I have to go back and tap the rest in, because sometimes they'll pop out. Like the boards on the far end, even though I lift it up, just hurt my knee. I just put my knee on the claw of the hammer, which didn't feel good. But yeah, it's a lot of tapping and everything, so like I mentioned earlier, it's not hard to do. See, I just lifted it up again, trying to get the next board seated, and it's not doing so well at times. Gotta go back and do it again and tap again and again. My aunt offered her foot to hold it down in place, and here I'm going to tap it back down towards the wall to make sure the seams are like not there. Excuse me. Now this flooring has a nice kind of wood texture to it. Good little feel. It's pretty slick. Of course, little man, he loves running across and slipping and sliding on the flooring. But yeah, he kind of liked it that way. And here you can see a little bit more about how we're trying to get it seated in. Because sometimes the boards would be a little stubborn. So, alright, just going to go back and check the other end because I think it popped out some. There she is trying to push it back in. So, she was telling me that I had to go back and I'm going to have to tap that in back in some more. That little wooden block, plastic block, really helped a lot. One thing I learned, you've got to respect the block. If you don't respect it, then your finger will be between the hammer and the block, and ouch. Which happened to me. I have a pretty big blood blister on one of my pinkies that were from doing the floor here. Never mind some of the other cuts and scrapes and things like that. So, but yeah, it was quite a bit of work at times. So, and sometimes there's a little bit of what we thought was glue on the edge of the boards, because we didn't use any glue on this. But it looks like a little, almost like glue, dry glue on the boards, and we'd have to wipe it off. But we got some really good cleaner and everything that's designed for laminate flooring. And I'm definitely going to go through and wipe it down and do all that mess. So, and here we are trying to get this next board in. That board seemed to go in fairly well compared to some others. See, when it's sitting up like that, once you tap it, I just snap the board in a little bit better. It still kind of points up a bit or kind of sticks up a bit, but tapping that little block really helps tap everything into the groove real well. And so, yay, thumbs up, there I am. So, there we go, tapping it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Notice I hit my thumb a little bit, but alright, we'll get back to it later, okay? See you guys later.
So guys, what do you think of that, huh? The floor's looking pretty good and everything. Well, I'll also have another video coming out soon in a little bit, kind of showing you the, I guess I could say the finished product. Yeah. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below and let us know. I love hearing from you guys and everything. And again, I apologize it's been so long since we put a video out. I was under the weather, and I just, I was talking real funny and everything. And I didn't think you guys want to hear me talk like that. I didn't like hearing myself talk like that. Plus, it was a lot of congestion and everything in the chest and everything, so it was very hard for me to breathe and talk a lot at the same time, which may have been a blessing to some. But we thank you guys for sticking around. So again, please, if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and put it down below. I'll get back to you as quick as I can. And y'all have a simply unbelievable day. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.